sense of humor. A sense of humor is so vital to have that sense of humor, because in every elder that I've ever visited or gone to spend time with, they always had a way of making you feel like you were home. And they usually started out with some kind of story that had some kind of teaching to go along with it, but it was funny. So I'll share a little story with you. My youngest son, Jean-Ku Washte Okshila, he was probably my grandson's age, 6 or 7 years old, and he used to tell this story when we would meet with groups. But it's about I'm hoping I'm not slaughtering the name, but Wishakeshak, he was like a trickster, and he went out and he was a lazy one, and he always tried to find food or something to eat that some other animal or somebody else had. And so he thought he would go to Grandma's and Grandma would be cooking, but when he got to Grandma's, he saw that, you know, she wasn't there and there was nothing, you know, in her cooking pot. There was nothing in there, so he got grouchy and upset, and so he thought, well, I'll sit here for a little bit, maybe she'll come back. He sat there for a while, but his stomach was talking to him and making all kinds of noises, and he thought, well, I better find something to eat. And he saw the ducks out there having a good time, and he thought, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to try to get myself a duck. So he called them all in, and he had this little drum, and he started singing and told them, you guys dance around me in a circle, and I got a good story for you after you're done, but you got to close your eyes. So the ducks all danced and around him, and they had their eyes closed tightly. And then Wishakeshak would stop every now and again, and he would get himself a duck, and then one of the ducks opened their eyes and saw what Wishakeshak was doing, so hollered to everybody else, run, run, Wishakeshak is killing us. So the ducks all ran away, and he saw that, you know, he had some ducks, so he didn't care. So he went and got them ready, and he started to cook them, but of course, being lazy, he went to sleep and forgot about his belly. And then, while he was sleeping, he started farting. And that was his butt's way of telling him, there's somebody trying to steal your meat. Well, the fox came through and was taking the meat. And Wishakeshak told it, you know, leave me alone, there's nothing going on here, I'm trying to sleep. Wishakeshak fell back to sleep, and then here comes the Wakush, the fox again, and taking more meat. Well, then Wishakeshak started farting even more, and his butt was still trying to tell him, but he wouldn't listen. So he got a red willow stick and he spanked his butt real hard, and he told it to be quiet now. And he turned himself around, and he fell back to sleep, not noticing that all of his meat was gone. And he got too close to the fire while he was sleeping. And when he got up, he realized, you know, his butt was sore. And he thought, well, it's because he had whipped himself, you know, trying to get himself to, you know, quit waking himself up. And he looked and he saw that all the meat was gone, and he was grouchy over that next. And then he looked down and saw a piece of meat, and he started eating it, and he thought, oh, this is the best meat. Grandma must have forgot this piece of meat, and he started eating it. But Wishikeshak, he realized that wasn't meat that Grandma, his cookum, had left, but that was meat from his butt when he spanked himself so hard that was the meat from his butt he ended up eating. So that sense of humor is really important. Those are stories that the elders used to tell, and knowing that you need to listen to different parts, and not just you have to be able to use all your senses sometimes, and which Wishikeshak wasn't doing. He wasn't, he was lazy.